98.9, Centre 97.3, Est-Ouest 91.7, RM1, la radio nationale.
RM1, it's 9 o'clock. News presented by Eris Stewart. Good morning, Eris.
Good morning, Sophie.
The headlines.
Heavy rain watch issued as unstable weather brings risk of thunderstorms and localized flooding. Second arrest deepens Prem Chanmanga's alleged role in controversial 470 million rupees loan scheme. Sanjeev Ramdani secures bail as high-profile allies appear in court. Internal inquiry probes policewoman's claim of sexual harassment by superior. Medical negligence allegation at Dr. G2 hospital after patient discovers pregnancy post-operation. Emergency measures activated after generator failure at Rosebell Hospital. In world news, Macron urges Xi Jinping to support ceasefire efforts during Beijing visit. And in sports news, Chelsea fall to fourth after a 3-1 loss to Leeds United. We start this morning with the weather, where a heavy rain watch for Mauritius was issued at 4:30 a.m., valid until 5 a.m. tomorrow. Atmospheric conditions are gradually becoming humid and unstable over the region, favoring the development of active clouds. Moderate localized showers, temporarily heavy and accompanied by thunderstorms, are expected. Temporary water accumulation is also likely in flood-prone areas. Visibility will also be reduced due to fog and showers in certain regions. The fate of Prem Chanmanga now appears inseparable from that of Sanjeev Ramdani. A day after being dismissed by the State Bank of Mauritius, the former banker was arrested again. But beyond his administrative fall, it is his alleged pact with the former Prime Minister Pravin Jagnnath's brother-in-law that is at the heart of the investigation. The former chairperson of the SBM's Management Credit Forum appeared in court on a conspiracy charge. The FCC is accusing him of having colluded with Sanjeev Ramdani to approve a 470 million rupee loan for Diana Vartam Limited, the company that owns the Maradiva Resort. According to the investigation, Manga acted as an indispensable facilitator. He is accused of deliberately misleading the board about the true financial risks in order to secure approval for the controversial loan. The second arrest judicially cements his proximity to the outgoing circle of power. And staying on this matter, Sanjeev Ramdani, brother-in-law, former Prime Minister Pravin Jagnnath, was granted bail against two sureties of 700,000 rupees. He has been charged with conspiracy. His court appearance drew the presence of the former Prime Minister as part of his support group, along with the former ministers Rengaden Padiachi and Deepak Balgobin. An alarm has been raised from a police unit in the north. A female police officer claims to have been the victim of sexual harassment by her immediate superior. The case has been reported to the internal unit responsible for investigating misconduct within the force, and according to the police press office, an official inquiry is now underway. More details with Santana Ponsuno and Lovina Sophie.
According to an internal report consulted, the young policewoman is said to have been subjected to persistent advances, inappropriate remarks, and even improper physical gestures at her workplace. The document also describes a climate of fear within the unit marked by threats of transfer, humiliating comments, and what is viewed as an abusive exercise of authority. The superior officer is reportedly not facing such allegations for the first time. Several female officers had already reported similar behavior, but no concrete disciplinary action appears to have been taken so far. Still, according to the report, there are suspicions of influence peddling involving the accused officer, who is described as being very present at public events, allegedly acting more in support of political figures than in the capacity of a police officer. The internal investigation also highlights a high risk of psychological distress among some of the division's female officers. Some are armed during their daily duties, which increases the urgency of preventive measures. The report even mentions attempted offers of money to young recruits in exchange of a one-night arrangement.
An unusual situation is shaking Dr. G2 Hospital. A 33-year-old patient recently discovered she was 14 weeks pregnant, even though she had signed a consent form for a tubal ligation during her delivery months earlier at the same hospital. Shocked by the situation, she has filed an official complaint with the hospital administration and consulted a lawyer to consider legal action for medical negligence. The case was reported to the hospital police post on 2 December. An investigation is underway and the Ministry of Health is expected to respond to the allegation. Electricity was restored yesterday afternoon at Rosebell Hospital following a power outage caused by a generator malfunction. Health Minister Anil Betru says emergency measures were immediately activated to ensure patient safety. Critical cases, including NICU babies and intubated patients, were transferred to other hospitals. Emergency care is temporarily being handled at the new cancer center, and SAMU has been instructed to reroute cases accordingly. Staff from Jawaharlal Nehru Hospital were deployed as reinforcement at the NCC, and department heads conducted inspections to ensure no patient was adversely affected. French President Emmanuel Macron met Xi Jinping in Beijing on Thursday, where he is expected to urge the Chinese leader to help secure a ceasefire in Ukraine and discuss bilateral trade relations. This is Macron's fourth visit to China since taking office in 2017. He is also expected to meet Premier Li Qiang before traveling to Chengdu, where two giant pandas loaned to France were recently returned. Macron has been pressuring Xi to intervene to help negotiate a ceasefire as the war with Russia enters its fourth winter. And finally, in sports, in the English Premier League, Chelsea missed the chance to keep pace with Arsenal. The Blues suffered a clear defeat away at Leeds United, losing 3-1. Bijol and Tanaka scored to give Leeds a 2-0 lead at half-time. After the break, Neto reduced the deficit for Chelsea, but Calvert-Lewin sealed the victory in the 72nd minute. Chelsea now drop back to fourth place after having held leaders Arsenal to a draw on Sunday. That's all from me this morning. Thanks so much for listening. Stay tuned now to the Intermeet playlist until 10 a.m.
Bienvenue, vous êtes sur RM1.